is an excuse. Champions take full responsibility, good or bad, for their outcomes. Tell the world one time what you're gonna do, and that's it. Spend less time talking and more time grinding. Think like a champion, speak like a champion, and then walk it out. Grind 120 all day, every day. Stop making excuses.
So, second take, part 2. Okay, I was trying to explain to everybody how to suck the juice out of Google Sites, okay, or Google platforms, yeah? So one of the Google platforms that Buffer Site Wizard has, okay, is obviously the storage, okay?
Right, yep.
It's a Google property, and we can check all of these to see if it's got any metrics, etc. Okay, we just use the free tool. Okay, so we'll do that, and we'll go and check it, okay? And straight off the bat, it's got a nice page authority of 41. Okay? So
Right. Yep.
It's got some metrics, okay? But then I also earlier shut my mouth off to say that there is a quick way of making Google Sites to pass that juice along wherever you want it to go, okay? And that is the case, and I showed an example of this Google site. Oh, actually, let's go into there. Okay, so this Google site, okay, built literally, I built 10 articles in Buffer Site Wizard in, I think it was like 4 minutes. Let's go and have a look. See if it's still got it there. There we go, 4 minutes and 59 seconds, right? 10 articles was actually created. You can see them done, all 10 created. That was done in no time at all, right? And it was a simple matter of going into the new Google Sites, okay, not the classics, but the new ones, picking a template that would work for you or me or anybody, and then using one of the articles out of Buffer Site Wizard to populate the page, okay? And it's so simple to do, so simple. And I was explaining that they actually give you this little learn more banner thing, okay, where you can click it. Okay, I'll actually open it in a new tab, okay, and it goes off through Google to easynetwork.org. It's a link, all right? And I also showed them that those links were all do follows, okay, every single one of them, because they're still Google property. Do you see what I mean? Yeah, nice and simple. And it just passes the juice down the line, okay? Now, to create one, it's pretty damn easy as well, okay? Because you just need to go into Google Sites, okay? And you just start a new site. You can even pick up some of these templates if that's what you want to do, okay? But I normally start out with a blank site, okay? So we'll do a blank site. And this will come up very quickly. Okay, it's probably going to ask me to name it and all that, an untitled site. Okay, so we're going to name it. So this one we'll do for another location, local SEO. Let's think of some. Let's go for Sussex. Okay, your page title can be pretty much exactly the same stuff. You can put some more. Oh, no, that's not how you spell Sussex. Okay. And then you can start going to town with layouts and all that kind of, go away you. Okay, so you can do certain layouts. Okay. Now the layout I've been showing is this one here with just 3. Okay, so you can just click it and boom, 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 they're in. Okay. Now you've got to just decide what you want to do. Do you want to send a video or do you want to select an image? Up to you. Okay, same with click to edit text. So I'll do something quick. I've been actually using YouTube because obviously I want to promote as many videos out of YouTube as we can possibly do. So let's go to YouTube and we'll put in, I'll put in Buffer Site Wizard. Okay, we do the search. You just got to find one that suits you. I'm just going to look for one now. Okay, we'll play the funny one. Okay, we'll just put the funny one in there. Okay, and there's nothing to do here apart from putting in Buffer Site Wizard. Okay, and straight underneath it, you put your link in. Okay, you do the same thing with the other two. Okay, just go YouTube. We'll pick another. Let's try Marketing Tutor. Okay, our videos don't come up too well on this, so we have to go digging for them to find them, but they're easily spottable. Here's one of them. Okay, so we'll do that one. We'll select it. Okay, and then all we got to do is we could put something in like geotagging images. Oh, why am I doing it on in that? That's silly. Okay, and underneath we just put a link to where we want to go. Okay, just make sure that these are actually linked. Yeah, that one's linked. This one won't be linked until I click on it, and now it's linked. And then the last one, okay, let's do something else. Let's go to YouTube again, because again, I'm trying to use Google Properties. Do you all kind of get the idea on that?
Right.
Yeah?
Yep.
So easy, let's see what we can get for easy marketing. Let's see if we've got one for easy marketing. Let's have a look. Okay. The lounge pants ones are a bit long. Here we go. We could just do like a Cloudflare installation and management. Yeah. So we'll take that guy. We select it. We'll put it in. Okay. So this is obviously to do with Easy Network. Oh. You know, my typing has just got really atrocious lately. Done that and link it. There we go. Okay, so now what we need here then is a decent size article, something to do with SEO, obviously. Okay, so you just hit the text box and it will bring the text box immediately underneath. All right, go across to Buffer Site Wizard, go to your content generator, preview an article, select one of the ones that you want. I know I happen to have used those two, so I'm going to go for this one here. And normally I change their names, by the way, to used or whatever, so I never use them again, okay, because they're all unique. So what we want to do is open it, okay, go and preview it, okay, click inside the box, Control A, copy everything, okay, right click then with your mouse, copy, go over to the text box and just paste the damn thing in. Job done. Apart from Buffer Site Wizard always insists to put a H1 in, and you just change that from a title to a heading, and now it's pretty much done. Yes?
Right.
Yeah. And then you can do all kinds of fancy things. You can change the theme. Okay, so let's go to the vision theme. So it changes it out like this. Yeah, so it's slightly different. Yeah, and you can change the colors of the themes. You can make a red theme like that. Okay, but I am going to stay with the blue because I like blue. And then what you can also do, okay, in the settings, okay, you can go to announcement banner. We're going to show the banner. You can decide what color you want the banner. Being as this is a blue site, we'll decide that this one is going to get a light blue banner. Then we put the announcement. So this is an easy network production. Okay. We can give the button label. Learn more. Works pretty well for most people.
Mm-hmm.
And then you want a link for anything within the Easy Network. On this occasion, because I've already used the Easy Network link down below, I'll stick another one in there. Oh. Okay. And we can open it in a new tab, and we can only have it on the home page at the moment because we haven't got any more pages. Okay.
Right.
So we close that up, and then you got and learn more at the top. I don't particularly like that one, so I might change it slightly. Okay, so we'll change the color of the bar. We'll go to this nice deep red color, close it. That's better.
Yeah, it gives the attention.
Yeah?
Yep.
And that job is done. Right, so we should be able to publish this now. Okay, it asks you what web address you want. I want local SEO Sussex. I do, thank you very much. I don't want a customer who can view the site. I want anyone to be able to, I just want to make absolutely sure it's anybody, okay? And we will make sure it's public. It is, it's done. Okay, request public search engines do not, no, don't be silly. Publish it. Okay. So then you can actually, I think in here we can go and view the published site, which it's doing now. Okay, and it's gone to view at localsussex.home. Okay, now you can actually attach this, okay, to the classic sites as well.
Yeah.
Okay, you can actually do that as well. All right, but that's pretty much the job done. We'll just make sure that it is public because sometimes they tell you lies. Okay, so to make sure that they are, hang on, where am I? Come on. Oh, I'm in the right blinking place in the first place. Go to Facebook, right? Just to check anything. Okay, and you just put the URL in, and if they find it, good. Do you see how it wasn't found? That it didn't find it at all? Yeah. Did you guys see that?
Because there's no screenshot.
Sorry, what was that, David?
Is that because there's no screenshot they didn't find, or is that
it's not completely the site itself. Where's the Sussex one? This hasn't gone completely and utterly public.
Yeah, it might
for
not
some
be
reason.
fully propagated either.
Yeah, it might just take a little bit of time, but that's the idea. It's done in under 15 minutes. Okay, and that's how you suck the juice out of Google Sites very, very quickly. Okay. So, right, David.
So you didn't have.
Oh, go on. Yeah, it's a question to be nice. Yeah,
okay, so you just have nothing but a homepage.
Yeah. You don't need anything else.
Right, of course.
Because there's more than enough content on here to get you indexed. More than enough. And that's all you ever want.
Yeah, the only link that's coming out is the Learn More link at the top, right?
Sorry, what?
The only exit is the Learn More at the top, right?
No, there's an exit there.
Oh, okay.
There's an exit there. There's an exit there.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And then you could actually hyperlink something in the article as well, or put an image in there and hyperlink it, or put a video in there.
Right.
Do whatever you want in there. And it's very, very quick. Very, very quick. And that's from doing the scrape for all the articles, that's creating the articles, and then building one of these out just like that.
That's good.
Okay?
That's real good.
And that's it.
It's kept it simple, yeah.
It's simple. It's not complicated. You don't have to look for anything else. That will suck more than enough juice out. And to be honest with you, what I should have done was suck the juice out so it would actually go across to here. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
But I could actually do that.
You know, you can still do that. Yeah.
I can still do that within the article, right? I've just got to find something that's. Oh yeah, I wouldn't do it out of the Sussex one.
No.
Okay, you do it out from the same location.
Berkshire. Yeah.
Yeah. So this one, as you can see, this would be Berkshire. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then you build out a Berkshire one, and you link it to here.
Mm-hmm.
Let them come in here. They get even more content and places to share and advertising and whatever you
Right.
want. And at the same time, we're also passing on the juice from here to these 3 places: YouTube, LinkedIn, Tumblr.
Awesome.
David, do you have?
And I don't need to put a single link in an article ever again. There you go. Go ahead. Someone was asking a question.
Yeah, David, this is Chad. How many, like out of that Google sites, how many outbound links will you usually cap it at?
For me, I normally cap them at about 10. Okay.
Okay.
5 is more powerful, yeah, than 10. And 10
Yep.
is obviously more powerful than 20. But for me, 10 is my limit. Absolute limit.
Right, because you got to put a stop.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so for me, like I said, I've just done, let's go and show you the site again. Okay. So we've got on this site 1 link here
Yeah.
where I wanted to go.
Yep.
I've got a link where I wanted to go.
Mm-hmm.
I got another one where I wanted to go and another one. That's 4. Okay?
Right.
And I would probably at some point slip an image in here.
With the outbound link.
Yeah, with an outbound link. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
the
that would make
alternate
sense.
and the alternative text filled out and the description filled out. And you do understand that you can do a little bit of SEO in the description side of the image too.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Now you could replace your table of contents and let Google fill it out for you.
I could,
Yep.
but I don't want to.
Why not?
Why would I want Google to fill it out for me?
Well, because I don't know. I mean, it'll give you the same thing. I don't know. I'm starting to like jump links. Maybe
Oh
it's just
yeah,
me.
yeah, I know. See, on another one, I don't know where the one I built. See, these are already done.
Oh, okay. That's weird. Oh, okay.
They're just not in the back end.
Gotcha.
Okay, but they are done.
Mm-hmm.
I would
Good.
imagine that they're done. Oh, actually, on this one, it doesn't seem to have done it for
You know,
some weird
if you-
reason.
if you
Because
use-
earlier I did it just by copy pasting.
If you use if you used
But
the
listen to
embed
this.
feature, yeah.
Let me tell you this, okay? Google does a really weird thing with these jump links, okay? If you don't go and control them yourself, okay? Because what they will do is go right back to the top again as the anchor,
Ain't that weird?
right? But does that hurt me? Well,
No.
not really, because it's anchored me back into myself.
That's funny.
Weird, isn't it? But you can control those as well if you want to, but I would only control those internally. Do not make them external.
Right. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Keeping them all internal. Yeah.
You only need 5. Okay? 5 will give you a good spread, easy spread. Okay? And if you make sure that one of those links are actually going across to your Google storage site that Buffer Site Wizard has created you, then you're passing that juice back down to YouTube, LinkedIn, and Tumblr. And when you get to those addresses, you're going to be passing it back to your websites like crazy. Yeah, so mine, this is actually a playlist. Okay. So we can start playing it. We can go to YouTube. It'll open up in the playlist. Yeah.
Right.
And then each one goes to wherever I want to go. Now,
That makes sense.
oops, let me just turn that off so I don't have to listen to it. Okay, these links, okay, are no follows. But can you understand how much authority you've been building from the top down?
Right.
Yeah. And then when you go when you get to this level, okay, you very much go sideways. Yeah. And I'll explain to you what I mean by sideways, because inside Buffer Wizard, when we go to regular sites and we go to Google Storage, I've already reserved every single county in England. And nobody can take those away from me because I've reserved them. And then it's up to me to get them going, get them indexed, get the juice flowing to where I want them to go. And that is pretty, as you well know, David, most of the time I try and bring that traffic back into my network.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually that network leads to leads. Yeah. And then the leads are quite easy to direct, because I just go, oh, you're interested in so-and-so. Okay, go here.
Right.
Or go there. And if you have questions, come back and ask them. Okay. And sometimes they do come back and ask questions and I answer them, and then they make an informed decision and then they buy.
Right.
It's the best conversion you can ever make. Ever. Always, 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 the best conversion rate will always be if you are having a discussion with somebody else. No ifs, no buts, no maybes, always. So it's the other Dave.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man. Show me what you've got to show us. Especially this trident method. I want to see where you're starting and where you're ending up.
Okay, where I start. Okay, so the way this works is not supposed to be very convoluted. What I'm doing is just building one backlink to a money site.
Okay, whatever property that is.
Whatever that may be, yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So, and the main core property that I'm using is going to be a Google site, because what I learned early on, as we all well know, Google could hammer or could take backlinks.
Oh yes, lots and lots of them.
Yep,
but the better ones count more.
You know, because one of the things I've, you've heard of negative SEO.
Yeah, of course.
And if somebody decided to reverse engineer what I've done and say, you know what, I'm going to hammer this guy's website and try to get Google to de-rank them.
Yeah.
All this going to do is just fuel me up.
Yeah.
Right. Now, just like you were talking about earlier,
mm-hmm.
all of the Google properties are pasted inside of the Google site.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, everything else is being stacked to the Google site. For instance, Tier 1 is linked to Google's site.
Okay.
Tier 2 is to Tier 1.
Yes.
Tier 3 to Tier 2.
Okay.
Or not. Right?
Okay.
So
what's that there? Sorry, hang on. I'm looking at the diagram. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go to, Tier 3, that's Amazon, right? So Amazon S3, probably a Buffer Site Wizard S3. Yep. Okay, cool. Tier 2 is what? A
Google Cloud. Yep.
Which is that from Buffer Site? Are you talking about the storage?
Google Cloud Storage, yes.
Yeah, which again is Buffer Site Wizard. Gotcha. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Tier 4 is what? An RSS feed?
Yes, but it's coming from Google Site Classics.
Okay, so the RSS feed is coming from there, and you're feeding that in. Okay, why not feed that straight into the WordPress site?
Well, you very well could. I mean, this could be anything. This could be a Weebly. This could be anything too. I mean, none of this here isn't about simply the properties. It's simply about the fact that I'm using Web 20s to stack.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
so
it
doesn't.
Yeah.
So WordPress could easily be Tumblr.
Yes, easily.
Or it could easily be another,
Okay, and we're talking about absolute basic WordPress sites here, the free versions?
Free versions, or you can host it,
fine.
Whatever.
Well, I host them and I get expired domains on them, which gives me even more juice.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so that's
But at
cool.
the same time, all the links are still in here, though.
Yes, I understand
including all the links I used to stack with.
Yes, in one of the
So-
properties. A sheet.
Yeah.
Do you put it in a sheet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So if you see this ID here, this HTML is the glue that holds it all together.
Okay.
So no matter what happens here, there's all the juice flows out of this classic site to everything else, but one link always goes to the money site.
Yes, I understand that.
So nothing leaves the system.
So they're all living inside the classic site.
They're all living inside the classic site.
Okay. Could I possibly make a suggestion?
Sure.
Because I think you could actually do exactly the same thing as we spoke earlier. Okay. You could stack it inside the site itself
Mhm.
just with an iframe.
Right. And I do.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what the ID is for.
Yeah. So
Because of that.
okay,
Go ahead.
let me understand the ID HTML. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you getting the ID from? Are you
It's in-
getting it from?
It's a file that's hosted on Amazon, or it could be on the Google Cloud Storage.
Okay.
And all it has is all the image or all the links that points back to all the properties I make.
Okay. That part might need an explanation on its own.
Okay, so this is what it typically looks like. So these are just driving directions because this is local. This is for like a taxi cab I'm working on. So all these links points to all of the Google properties, you know, right? Does that make sense?
Show me one of the links.
So if I clicked on this one, this is going to take me to the folder where all the cab articles are at, right?
Right. Yes. Gotcha.
And then this one would take me to, let's see, you know, one of the inner pages of the Google site. Well, these no longer exist, but let's see where this takes us. Yep, and that takes us to one of the documents, right?
Right. Fine. Just take me back. Whoa, stop. Stop.
Okay.
How did you build those links?
These here,
Yeah.
these are coming from the Google Sheets that is created, right? So
Right.
this is one part of it.
Yeah. So that's coming through Staxio. You're taking the ID out of the Staxio part of it.
Mm-hmm.
I got it. I mean, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, that's good.
Okay, and then, well, then of course, then I always will have to have. Now this has to get updated eventually. Where my WordPress, where the Google Cloud Stacks, where the Amazon S3 links got to get inside of here as well. So this is by far not completed, but it's, you know, it's headed there. So you have all sorts of things that's going to be embedded here, but this one file gets embedded everywhere else
Okay.
throughout the whole thing.
Okay.
That way, it's never, you know, it's somewhere or another. It's all cycled back into. And this isn't very new to me. This is something I've been using since I stumbled upon IFTTT.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously. Yeah.
Because
That's obvious. Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
you just don't. The moment I learned that you could just have one link to just fuel them all,
Yeah.
I've been doing it ever since.
Yeah.
And so the only thing that's different here, and I don't know why I never considered using the calendar to simply make, you know.
So what's the trigger
triggers.
that you use for the calendar?
So you would have a calendar that would say, okay, once the event is triggered, do this. You know, do your XYZ, right?
Okay.
So once that event shows up, for instance, let's say if it shows up at 7:30, right? Then there's going to be a blog post at 7:30, and that
Yeah.
blog post is then triggering across the whole network.
Yeah. I got you.
Yep.
So that's a nice little trigger to use.
Mm-hmm.
Could you? Could it? Yeah, I would have thought it would trigger. If you triggered the calendar, so you're going into Google Calendars and you're triggering the date, right? and the time, obviously. So whenever it pushes something out of that calendar,
Mm-hmm.
I suppose it could be pushed out to an RSS.
Yes. So the Blogger here, and I'm using Blogger as an example because, for one, it's a Google tool,
Yeah, yeah,
and Blogger does has its own RSS feed.
yes.
So obviously, when a blog post is made on Blogger, it has to update its RSS file
Mm-hmm.
so that everybody else, whoever subscribes to it, gets it, right, or
I
gets
got
the
it.
update. So that's just what RSS
I
do.
got it. And the nice thing about this one, David, you're saying that you only need, you say 5 rings per trigger. So are you saying 5 platforms per trigger or 5 rings?
No, I'm a bit industrious. I could probably get by with just 1 ring per trigger. It's just I just want to do 5 just because I don't feel like.
And how many properties are in a ring?
Anywhere between 5 and 10. It all
Okay.
depends on how badly. But let me just put it like this: the rings will consist of 5 main properties that I care about.
Yep.
6 if you want to include Facebook pages.
Uh-huh.
You got Blogger,
Yeah.
WordPress,
Mm-hmm.
Weebly,
Mm-hmm.
Tumblr,
Yeah.
and then Digo.
Yeah.
All 5 of those do follow links.
Yeah. And they're
So
and those are your go-tos for the rings.
those are my go-tos for every ring.
Cool.
And so whenever you trigger out 5 rings, essentially I'm getting 25 links pointing back to wherever I'm pointing to.
Yeah.
I mean, just plain and simple. So this is nothing. I guess I got tired of trying to explain this. All you got to do is just cycle the juice back on itself, and it will, power itself. And eventually, indexing just becomes easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of the things about Calendar, and I didn't use Calendar in this fashion yet, but I've been using calendars since the beginning too. But I've been using it for the wrong, for different reasons.
Yeah.
Because I just wanted, the 48 backlinks.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Very nice. I like it, David. And it would be right up some people's alley.
Yep. And then we got the Google My Maps in there, with a few pins. Each of those consists of
a few pins.
Yeah.
Who made the pins?
I did.
Manually?
No.
Okay. How?
Well, you use random geolocations, geo coordinates.
Right.
And then you just
see, David, I've got to be a newbie.
Oh, okay.
I have to be the newbie guy now, right? So I'm going, okay, how did you build them? And where did you build them from? So that a newbie can come here and go, oh, that's how the hell you did it.
Okay, yeah. So if you just go to your Google Maps,
yeah,
and just click anywhere you want.
Mm-hmm.
Give it a minute. Down here is going to give you your your geo coordinates, your longitude and latitude.
Yeah.
And then I just take the last 4 numbers and I randomize them on each side of them.
Okay.
So for an example here, we can do this again. I don't know how well you can see this.
I can see it at the moment.
42.722
60.
Yep. So what I would take is I would take out the last 4 digits.
Yeah.
And then that's going to be part of the randomization.
Okay.
Okay, and same thing over here too. It's going to be part of the randomization, and I feed them into a spreadsheet, and then I upload it. Right? And sometimes you don't even got to do that no more. You can just feed it from the Google Sheets. So this is how I take over the local sectors. Now your processes of your idea of saying how I could make the world local, I think that's brilliant. And so now, it's just a brilliant idea.
Okay.
Yeah, and all of these
So
would then
you're
consist
you're
of
randomizing those locations.
yeah, and they're
Put
going to
them putting them into a Google sheet.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're uploading them to your drive.
Yeah, yeah. So if you go here, maps. Oh, I can't go here.
Yeah.
So if you go to new,
Yeah.
as soon as it loads, over here to your maps. See, I like to use every bit of this here drive.
So you go to Google My Maps.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Import
Import.
your CSV,
Okay.
and then boom, you're done. Right?
Okay. Thank you, David. See, nobody would have known that if I hadn't asked you, would they?
I don't know.
No, listen, you can't assume that everybody knows what you know.
I have that. I do have that.
Because I didn't know how you did that. That's why I asked. And I thought, any newbie or anybody who's going to ask you, okay, how did you do that? So that's okay. Obviously, the last part of the jigsaw is to show them a sheet with that data in it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got that.
Yeah,
So-
it'll be in your drive somewhere.
Yeah. So here goes. There goes my calendar template.
Yeah,
This is so I could distribute it across 10 accounts. So that's 48 times 10.
yeah.
That gives you how many links?
Hell
If you
of a
have
lot.
one link per description, that's going to be 480 links.
Yeah,
You know, and it gets crawled 48 times a day.
got it.
And I can't remember where I put my maps.
Yeah, where did you put your maps?
Yeah. I know it's in here somewhere. No, that's not it.
David, this is Chad. Quick question.
Mhm.
Sorry, I can barely hear that. Say that again.
Quick question for David. On the calendar, you're sending those links back to the Google site or to
Mhm.
other, just everything's going back to the Google site?
Everything goes back to the Google site.
Okay. And what is the additional value of 48 links versus just one link coming from the calendar?
So
If it-
Google doesn't want to be out of the know. And so what the calendar does is going to force Google to crawl that calendar because they know there's an event coming. So that's for the sake of just, see, if we were going to use the tools the right way, like we're supposed to, you know, you want to let the public know, oh, we're going to have a parade tomorrow. And so if somebody was going to looking for, are we going to have a parade tomorrow, or whatever the case may be, you could search it and then Google will say, well, here's the event for that parade. Well, that's because Google's already making sure that if there's a calendar in play for it, it's going to make sure that the search results are updated with it, the information. So every 48 times a day, you know, it's got to update. So it has to come back and see, okay, what's going to be there next time and what's going to be here this time. And so we got to make sure that it stays current. So 48 times, and then one per account, which is 10 accounts. That means it's going to do it 10 times a day.
480 times.
Or
a day.
180 times a day. Yep.
It will check for the links, in other words.
Right. So then, and obviously those get crawled.
Yeah.
Right. Does that make sense? Because Google, first of all, Google does not acknowledge no follow when it comes to their property. You know,
Yeah.
which is because a lot of people will say, well, YouTube is, you know, has no follow links.
Makes no difference.
Yeah, this doesn't bother Google because it belongs to them. That's kind of like your child saying, Dad, you can't come into my room. So they'll shut the door.
Yeah,
No, that
but
doesn't work that way.
No, it doesn't work that way.
So,
The no follow doesn't work that way. Not
No.
even in my brain, it doesn't work that way. No follow is just a suggestion to the Google robot. Hey, there's a link here. You don't have to
No.
follow it. Okay. But the robot sees it and goes, well, there's a link here on this page, and it will log that link. And then it will decide and mostly 99 times out of 100 to follow the damn link anyway, because it's nosy. Google is very, very nosy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Very much
carry
so.
on, David.
No, this is it. So if you want this is a simple template for your maps.
Yeah.
You take this is your title. I like to make my titles all keyword rich.
Yes. Yeah.
I drop in descriptions.
Okay.
It could be about anything, and then I drop in the links.
What
Right.
links?
Well, mainly for the the Google site,
The
the Google site link itself. Or I could actually have every link of all the properties out there, but then generally speaking, I'm having about.
No, hang on. I
1,000.
think we've you've misunderstood me a little bit.
Oh, okay.
I asked you to show, right? You said you take the latitude, longitude, okay,
Uh-huh.
and you mix them up, okay,
Mhm.
and then it gets pinned to the map, yeah.
Mhm.
But you didn't show the sheet where the longitude and latitude were sitting.
Oh, yeah, right here in the address. Under address.
So
this
do
is-
you do the
well,
whole address, or are you
no.
only doing the longitude and latitude?
Longitude or latitude, or you could do both.
Yeah.
You
And
know, you could do one or the other.
Yeah, that pretty much goes back to what I was doing on the very, very basic templates, okay, on Buffer Site Wizard, right? On the basic templates, was
Right.
putting longitude and latitude coordinates into the footer with no
Right.
link. Doesn't need a link.
No, it doesn't.
They
need that.
just need to see the longitude and latitude, and they go,
Yeah.
okay, this website belongs here. That's it.
Right.
That's how the algorithm works. Don't
Right,
think it
and-
works any. You can actually type URLs into your anything, okay, and not hyperlink them, and Google will
Right.
still read them and even bloody follow them.
Yeah.
Okay, it's in their algorithm. It's fairly bloody stupid.
Right.
Okay, but once you understand and you stop actually trying to fight against Google
Mhm.
and you start working with it, like myself and David are doing, okay, when you start to work with it, it becomes so damn easy. Doesn't it, David?
Yes.
You just get into a routine, you get into a swing, and you just get it going. And it doesn't matter how little you do each day. Okay, it makes no difference how little you do, because the machine will keep on rolling whether you're doing it or not.
Right.
It'll just keep on chunking. Boom, 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 boom. It's great. Anyway, yes. Put some cool. Yeah, there you go. Okay, brilliant. So you've got a maps template. Brilliant. You can send me that afterwards, David, and we'll put it somewhere nice and safe so everybody can kind of use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair.
Okay. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that's weird. But anyways, but you get the idea. The whole concept here is
That's all you
that
need. That's
you're
all you need. Save that, and we'll have that, and we'll put it in. We'll put it in the Discord channel so people can actually come and pick it up.
Right. And so the whole point of the Trident method, and which is the fact that you're only sending one link to the money site. And
Yeah.
I've been victims of, before this methodology was turned out for me, I've been victims of doing too good of a job.
Me too.
You know,
And they've
this is,
hurt you, huh?
yeah, this is where you actually do the job well, where they, the whole idea is they put $1 in, the ROI is they get $10 or $100 back every time, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, once they realize, well, they don't have to put $1 in, the money's just going to keep coming. They're just going to stop paying you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then once I learned the Trident method, in a sense, I don't know why I'm calling it this. It's just because I'm controlling the juice.
Yeah,
You know,
I
it's the
got
whole
you.
point.
I know what you're doing. I know exactly what you're doing.
I just eliminate this guy right here,
Yeah.
and that just stops them from ever getting any good
Yeah.
money coming back.
Well,
to
the
their
last
site.
one for me was a precise hit with exactly 1,000 pawn links. That was the last hit I took on a website elsewhere. Okay. Now I don't do that shit. I host them all on Google, and you soon learn, don't you, David?
Yeah.
Right? I still have WordPress sites. Don't get me wrong. I really, really do, because they can juice things up like crazy too. Okay.
Right.
But it makes no difference to me whether they get hit or not, at all.
Oh,
It
no,
makes no difference to
yeah.
me whether they're indexed or not. Makes no difference. They're just there and they're chunking that stuff out. Okay.
Right.
But indexation does make a difference. Okay. But I use a lot of my WordPress sites just to bring people into, not necessarily organic traffic. It's normally traffic I do on the social media side of things, or do an advertising campaign, or I do through an email campaign. That's how I get the little bit of traffic into those sites and get
Right.
them going. And then it just snowballs. Obviously, David has his way of doing it, and I fully agree with it. I have a slightly different way that makes my life easier. Okay. But both of them carry pretty much the equal punch. Okay. And the end result
Right.
is actually a Google site. Now, I did it in the first part, even though I called it part 2. I did it in the first part. Okay. And David has shown you how you could do it in part 2. Okay.
Yeah.
And both methods work pretty
And that's
much.
the
much
value
equally.
here. What I would like to do, and I'm pretty sure this is your thinking too,
Mhm.
is I would like to hear about everybody else's methodology, because there's a little bit of, even though this isn't new to me,
Yeah.
there's a little bit of your stuff in here too. Because I've adapted what you've been teaching from the time I met you. I was able to apply what you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And so
cool.
if then Abbas and then all these other
Yeah, that's
people,
good.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't just say that this is the only way there.
Oh no.
You've got a method. It probably works.
Uh-huh.
Learn how to adapt and include maybe what you already know.
Yeah.
Because
Definitely.
there's a lot of
Definitely. I would 100% agree with that. Look, I do things a certain way. If you want to take that idea and adapt it and make it better, even bloody make a tool, right, to make it happen, okay,
Right.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm still happy doing what I'm doing every day.
Right.
But it doesn't take a lot of my day. And that allows me to enjoy other things in life.
Yeah.
I like my family and my dog and walking and